All right, this is Tyus
And Tyus.
from Sublime UX. We're going to be we're doing a short series on how to improve vibe coding sites. Vibe coding sites are great, but they could always be improved. So we're going to look at on how to improve it from a development side and
A design side.
all right, so let's look into it. Okay, so the first site we're going to look at is this Think Forward Venture Capital. One thing I do like about it, well, I like a couple things about it. One of them is the message overall, or what they're trying to do overall, which is investment in Africa and infrastructure and so on and so forth, going toward the future. With the whole Africa 2050, we know that there's going to be a huge population growth.
And so that's why you find, especially a lot of HBCUs and other forward-thinking people related to diaspora or, let's say, underdog development. There's a lot of opportunity there to help develop those areas outside of maybe more predatory systems we see a lot today.
The point is, this is a good site, but it's a very typical vibe coded site, right? It's the colors are the same, the kind of the AI image in the background.
Yeah, it's very generic, which is fine if you want to just get a quick site up. Vibe coding is very good for that. But when you have more expertise in developmental work and user experience design, being able to actually design and tell your user what they're supposed to do on your website, you can be more specific and get a better experience for them.
Yeah, exactly. I like to start with the hero section. 50% of your visitors will never go past the hero section. So if your hero section doesn't capture people, they're not going to scroll. All right, so one thing I notice is they have the name. They have it here on the screen, but they also have it in the corner, which is very typical. Again, but to me, it just doesn't grab me, right? We have the name of the company, but to me, your headline should be like what it is that you do. And yes, it says venture capital, but to me, that's not really saying enough. It's not attention grabbing enough. What do you think as a designer?
Well, it says think for venture capital, and in the subheadline says investing in the world's underdogs. But what does that mean?
I said I need a headline, subheadline, and I went to their mission statement on their website, and I copied out the mission statement. And I basically said, hey, help me out with this, but make it a little punchier and do you, right? Give me some stuff. And AI is a conversation, right? So anything we do here, whatever it gives you, it's not going to be the finished product, at least not to me.
Correct.
It's a conversation.
Yeah, it's a good starting point. It's good to bounce ideas off of, and give you some feedback. But it's not gonna solve your problem.
Yeah, just like I do development work and you do design work, this is a third party. This is a third person that's going to help us with our copy.
Yeah, it's just critique. It's development.
Yeah, so we'll use it. Yeah, I agree. So let's look at some changes that we made based on what we talked about. All right, so as you can see, we took out the colonizer part and we just did investing in Africa's foundational pillars. We reworked the subheadline to make it a little bit shorter, just pretty much right to the point almost, right? Providing focus strategies, the capital required for solutions across health, finance, food for the continent's next billion users. Just a little bit shorter, but I think it makes it punchier and quicker to absorb, because that's the whole point of a hero section. Quick absorption, but get people's attention.
Yeah, if you notice, we also had a little animations for health, finance, food as they came in, so it draws your attention a little more. You know exactly what the three pillars are, and then after that, your eyes are going to go to the very colorful buttons that are large and take up a lot of space. So
yeah,
we call to action.
We upped the button size. I'm assuming not size, the text size, and we put them in colors just so again, I want people to click. So overall, I actually think this is a big change, but I think it's a good change. I mean, again, we'll go back again. We'll look at before. Again, very typical AI site, nothing wrong with it. But I think this is way more engaging, way more eye-catching, and really makes me at least want to scroll, because that's the whole point. I want people to be engaged in this site. Click or scroll. Either one is great. Hit the back button, that's not what we want. And I think this says find out more.
Yep. Just where you gotta do as much as you can just to get a little bit more engagement in your site. You don't want them to instantly leave, so we got to tell them as much as possible. Here's our pitch, elevator pitch to you. Here's what we have to offer. Just come look at it.
Yeah. So, well, that's the end for this one. In the comments, obviously, if you have any suggestions for an AI site you want done, or an AI site that you already have done that you'd like to see if we could look at, put some eyes on, maybe where we can prove it, drop in the comments and maybe we'll pick you to do your changes. All right, we'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Peace.
Peace.